G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's April 16, 2024. This is the silver, gold, Bitcoin and US dollar market update. And as you can see there, they've all gone up since our last video, although Bitcoin's dropped slightly. Looking at the heat map, looking at the center table there, they're all bullish on the monthly, predominantly bullish on the weekly, except for Bitcoin. It's turned neutral, and that's a result of this bearish sign on the daily. So we're bearish on the Bitcoin and spot gold price. Silver's turned neutral and potentially turning short shortly, and US dollar is bullish across the board. So first for gold, looking at the monthly, weekly and daily trends, you can see there the CCI is bullish on the monthly, bullish on the weekly, and it's broken down into a fresh bearish outlook on the daily. But notice also we do have a couple of bearish divergence. Oops. You can see there on the lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. Let's move that there. On the weekly, there is no divergence. Those highs, there are higher highs there and higher highs there, so no divergence on the weekly. On the daily, if I zoom out, lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. So a couple of divergence, both the monthly and the daily. Nothing on the weekly to speak of. If we go to the daily hourly chart, zooming out first off, you can see there the stochastic market forecast indicator is bullish and it's overbought. So just be careful of a downturn. And again, there's that daily bearish divergence on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. And that's a key area of resistance, currently around about the 2400 level. So let me just draw that in as well. Currently indicated up there by that arrow. On the hourly chart, you can see there we've got that bearish divergence. We had a couple of them actually, a few of them. And if I zoom out on the hourly, you can see that it's still in the overbought territory. It broke down slightly towards the 75 level, but now recovering slightly. And if I zoom in, we did have this Fibonacci range between that divergence, broke down, hit our target. You can see there the 23 to the 38% level, hit our target, bounced up and hit this resistance as well, and it's not starting to bounce down again based on the hourly, showing a bearish outlook. So just be careful about going long until we see especially the daily break higher and through this resistance. Silver's showing monthly bullish, weekly bullish, and on the daily it's turned neutral. So just be careful. I'd wait for this to turn bullish before taking long trades. Also, it's hit this ascending diagonal trend line as a resistance. Otherwise, if it breaks through that, we may see higher highs, especially if it breaks into a bullish moving above on the moving averages of the CCI. On the daily hourly chart, you can see there it's reached the overbought territory and still rising. On the daily, again, there's that key resistance up there. And again, if I draw a resistance line up there, sitting around the 2898 or 2900 level, there's a key resistance. So just be careful about going long at this point until we see further upside from that side. On the hourly chart, on the stochastic market forecast, still near the overbought territory. And if I zoom in, you can see they drew a Fibonacci similar to gold, broke down, hit at the 23 to 38% level. Let me just delete that Fibonacci to make it a bit cleaner. So it's hit our target, minimum target range, you can see there, and it broke higher, hit this resistance. Remember, the 23-38% is a minimum retrace level. It could go a lot lower. So I don't want to get too aggressive and aim for a 50 or 61% Fibonacci retracement. The 23-38% is a nice target area for a retrace. In this case, it's proven that correct. So again, in terms of divergence, there was a bearish divergence here versus higher highs on the price, hit that target. And currently the CCI is trending in line with the price, so no divergence currently in play. It is bouncing off this diagonal ascending trend line, so we'll see how it goes in the coming hours and days. So the US dollar on the monthly bullish, on the daily bullish, and on the monthly bullish, on the weekly bullish, and on the daily also bullish. So taking long trades only predominantly. And if we go to the daily hourly chart, again looking at the stochastic market forecast, it's bounced off the 50 level a number of times and making further upside. The ADX is also bullish, and it's actually broken through this resistance at 10,462, and is no further resistance. Let me just check here on the, you can see there's another resistance up there. If I draw a line, resistance line up there, that's around a 10,674 level, which we need to look out for in case it needs to break above that. So again, all time frames are bullish, so just be careful. If it breaks a higher than that, we're going to see a lot more bullishness. Otherwise, it may take a retrace from that resistance level. On the hourly chart, first off, the stochastic market forecast has reached the overbought territory, so again, be careful for that retrace. If I zoom in, we did have a Fibonacci retracement, hasn't hit our target yet, so just if it starts declining from here, that'll be our minimum target. So I'm going to keep that Fibonacci in that target area in there. But notice the CCI is still dropping off, so there's our bearish divergence, it's still dropping off versus higher highs on the price. So we need to see the price start pulling back from there and the CCI continue to the downside to be more bearish. At the moment, there's a possibility of a price still increasing, so just be careful about going long, but be very careful about going long, but it also could break to the downside, as I said. So for Bitcoin, monthly, we're bullish. On the weekly, it's broken down into the moving average range, so it's neutral. And on the daily, it's been bearish for a number of weeks now, so just be careful about going long. This may have done its dash. It's hit this resistance, double top, at 73,660, and it's currently hitting this support at 60,800. So we may actually see a bounce from here possibly, but at the moment the CCI is still dropping. That's a weakening sign. Now if I go to the daily and hourly chart, again on the stochastic market forecast, it's reached the overbought territory. Again, it's hit this resistance and now bouncing off this support. On the hourly chart, it's gone up past the overbought back in this territory, and it's retraced back down now past the 75 level and approaching the 50 level. If I zoom in, we had a few bearish divergence. The last one was here between those lower highs versus higher highs on the price, and between that Fibonacci range, it broke down to the 100% level. So remember I said before, the 23 to 38% level, if I was to draw it between that low and that high, remember the range you draw is before that divergence started. That would have been the lowest point to that high, and the minimum retrace level, the minimum is between the 23 to the 38% level. In this case, it's broken down past 61%, and that's always a key area. Notice there it's bounced a couple of times, and then it bounced down, and then it bounced up again at 61%, and now it's retracing back down again. So it really gravitates on that 61% when it reaches it. In this case, it's gone down to the 100% level. Now, in terms of divergence, there is no further divergence. You can see there higher lows on the CCI, higher lows on the price, so no divergence to talk of. Likewise, lower highs and lower highs, so no bullish or bearish divergence. So we need to see it break either below this support or higher than this resistance to be more bullish or bearish. To support us more, go to the Patreon page for Pete's Investing, where we also do weekly scans of blue chip shares that are trending along on a longer and medium term timeframes. Feel free to support us there, and we'll see you in a future video.